All right. Episode 155 of Genius Take the Wheel. Back to back days live streaming. Back to back. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, today I had some aspirations and I did put off my chest day 2 days further than I was supposed to. I wanted to make sure that I got today right. So I am here on a Sunday. I hit the gym, hit it, relatively early. And yeah. So I guess I'll give you the autopsy. Obviously today is not a leg day. I gotta say that my legs feel pretty good after what I put them through yesterday. So that's cool. I'm happy about that. So today was chest day. And today was a flat bench focused strength day. So my assignment was 5 sets of 3 repetitions at 245 pounds. And let me tell you guys, I was not feeling very good from a mental standpoint. Physically, I was okay. I was not sharp mentally. But I got through it. And in fact, most of the sets got better the deeper into the assignment that I got. So that was pretty cool. My next assignment on the flat bench when I do that is supposed to be same weight, but 3 sets of 5. And I'm not quite sure if I have it, but I'm definitely going to do my very best. After I did the 15 total repetitions at 245, I then grabbed the dumbbells and did some dumbbell press. Now, again, one of the reasons why I wanted to go to this particular gym instead of relying on my apartment gym is because I knew that there would be people there that could spot me on the bench press, and the dumbbells. The dumbbells at this gym that I go to. The dumbbells are the max are heavier. So at the apartment gym, the heaviest dumbbells we have is 75 pounds. And so obviously, I'm kind of past that now when I go to do volume work. So I wanted to give myself an opportunity to go heavier. And so, normally I would just max out with the 75s, 4 sets of 10, 4 sets of 12. But after I hit the 5 sets of 3 at 245, hey, Mrs. Evil and Talia Aarons, I was not expecting either one of you today. I'm happy that you are here. Thank you for your support. So I decided halfway through the strength sets with the barbell that I was going to hit the 85s, 4 sets of 10. And I got through that, pretty good. It was pretty easy. And, oh, you're on a break? Nice. I'm glad that we could line that up. We did not do that on purpose, y'all. Um, yeah, that's pretty sweet. Um, so yeah, I did 4 sets of 10 dumbbell chest press at 85 pounds. I was very happy with that. From there, I went to the dip station and I did 5 sets of 5 uh, intercostal head of the pectoralis major focused dips. I did 5 sets of 5 there. And then I went to the cables and did some standing decline cable flies at about, how much weight did I use for that? It was like 33 pounds a side. I really tried to just put as much torture on the bottom of my chest as I could. And when I was done with that, um, I switched to triceps work, which I was happy to finally be able to do. Um, and I did some overhead triceps extensions with the cable. And then I switched to single arm and then triceps pushdowns. And here I am. The soreness of my triceps are not really crazy anymore. I mean, it felt good, but it wasn't crazy. But then again, I didn't like really go like the heaviest. I think it was like 100 pounds on the tricep pushdown. I really want to focus more on the overhead tricep work rather than doing pushdowns all the time. But I was really happy with the pump that I had for a while. I did today's lift with no pre-workout, which is why I was so flat starting up. Hey, Clinks is in the building. What's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, so I really felt it started to feel good as I was like progressing through the lift. And so I kind of have a little bit of my confidence back. My legs are feeling okay. My legs are feeling okay. I couldn't even say okay because Clinks is here. I'm like, oh, Clay, Clinks. I don't know. I've got issues. Um, I was really impressed. I mean, obviously, the lighting in the gym, in a bodybuilding gym, is going to be very flattering. But I was really starting to feel pretty good about how my body was starting to look. Um, in the mirror. Um, but I know that it's not real. It's a pump. You know. But man, I mean, what do we live for in the gym if not for it being the pump? We live for that pump. And obviously, being in a situation where I'm able to lift heavier and heavier, getting 15 total reps at 245, I'm very happy with that. Uh, uh, but doing the pump work is really what boosts the ego. It really feels good. Um, and so today I had a flat focused bench press, and um, my next chest day is an incline focus day, where I believe I'll be going up in weight. Hopefully, I think it was 235, uh 3 sets of 3 um on the incline with the Smith machine. That's going to be interesting. Um but my next flat bench day is going to be in Berlin, Germany. I'm going to be hanging out at the Gold's Gym in Berlin. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what that lifting environment will be like. And I hope that someone will be gracious enough to help me with a spot, because that's when I'm going to try to do the 3 sets of 5 at 245. And I got to make sure that I get the 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 uh, the kilos to pounds um, conversion. I have to get that conversion proper, because when we went to London, I kind of screwed that up. So, um, so yeah, I think I talked about this a little bit too, but it will be very interesting seeing what it will be like to uh, to drive in a foreign country for the first time. You know, I've driven a couple of states. I drove in Miami, Florida. You know, we drove up to Vermont before, and, through a couple of states or whatever. But I'm hoping that the driving experience in Germany, especially with the way that I drive, I'm hoping that it will be as close to a walk in the park as possible. You know, sharing the road, giving people space, not making sure nobody, touches the car in a way that will dent or scratch it, that kind of shit. So, well, it looks like I'm going to get hit pretty hard with this traffic again. Let's see how long it takes for me to get home. Oh my goodness. But yeah, tomorrow I have a horizontal pull day. So I'll be doing some rowing. I'm really shocked at how strong my upper back is. My legs are feeling pretty good. My back is feeling good, lower and upper back, middle back. Um, I haven't been doing like a lot of arm work lately, so I'm a little deflated. I do know that on Tuesday I have to get that shoulder day in. Um, so I got to make sure, everything, I'm hitting all the lifts the way I'm supposed to. But yeah, I got a few training sessions that I have to do. One is a diagnostic for a friend, so I hope that he shows up on time. And then I have a client that's doing a chest day today, just like I did. So I look forward to kind of inspiring him through that. And then I have another session after that. It's just like back to back to back to back to back. So yeah, I got a really cramped work week this week, because everything has to be done. Um, yeah, everything has to be done prior to flying out on Thursday night. So, um, I basically have between today and Thursday to service as many sessions as I can. Um, I have to try to get to the barber shop also one of these days this week as well. So I don't know. We're trying to do a lot of cool things. This trip. I'm a little nervous about. I'm always nervous when I get on an airplane because, well, it's an airplane. I'm in a long metal tube, 30,000 feet in the sky. That doesn't seem normal. Not to me, at least. Maybe to some of you jet setters, it's whatever. But also, I've never heard of this airline called Norse. I've never heard of this airline before. So it's a little unsettling. Um, yeah, it's a little unsettling. But we're gonna do our best. I think the flight is supposed to be like a nighttime flight. I don't think I've ever been in an overnight flight before. So, we'll be leaving, around our bedtime and then arriving in the middle of the afternoon somewhere else. That's going to be a little weird. But I've already decided that one of the first things I'm going to do after we get to the hotel is get back in the rental car, drive to Gold's Gym, and go hit whatever lift I'm supposed to hit on Friday. And so I think that is also supposed to be a back day. That's supposed to be a back day, a row day, allegedly. So yeah, how you doing, Clinks? I hope everything is good with you and yours. Um, I'm sitting in it. There's got to be a cruise ship around here or something. I think there's also construction up this avenue too. I think that's also impeding traffic as well. Now that I think about it, because yeah, like when I finally got to where like the traffic finally let up, they had taken one or two lanes off the board. So it's really crazy how much extra traffic that creates. I think I'm just gonna switch lanes here and just stay in this lane until it's time to yeah, that's the thing we're gonna do. Oh yeah, so nice to get it's I've always been an opponent of deadlifting with a weight belt. I always felt like if you weren't strong enough to move the weight without a weight belt, then you shouldn't be touching the weight. But now that my body has aged a bit and I have these goals of looking a certain way and getting to certain strength uh, milestones. I'm now in a position where um, I don't really look at the weight belt the same way that I used to. It's really more of a reassurance that everything is there together and that I'm safe. I don't I realize that the belt doesn't actually help me lift more weight. um it just kind of makes sure that certain kinds of stress don't end up in places I don't want. Now, I do make sure that I warm up without a belt. I do think that you should be able to perform all movements without a weight belt and not um rely too much on, different things to assist you in whatever it is that you're doing. But having the weight belt there is it adds a little bit of confidence, reassurance that I'm not going to get hurt, or the chances that I'm going to get hurt are reduced. So I, doing the deadlift yesterday, um, focusing on hitting the hamstring and glutes, keeping things together. Um, AC died? What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean, traditionalist, but well, um, but yeah, to be able to deadlift heavy and get up the next day and feel healthy with really, really no soreness in areas where it would give me alarm. It's really nice. It's really nice to be able to lift heavy, feel healthy. Um, so I'm very thankful for that. I know that, I didn't do this on my own. I get a lot of really good support from my family at home. Shout out to Mrs. Evil, who is or was on a lunch break, joy walking, always making sure that I have a lot of eggs to eat. I'm really going to try to cram as much food as possible. Um, I really am because I got a busy evening. Usually, work is not this busy on a Sunday evening, but I have to kind of take on work that really would not want to take on. But I don't want to have sessions go unserviced. Do you want eggs with those eggs? Yep. Well, if you look in the description, you'll find out whatever else is also in the eggs. If you check out the description of this stream, Rolling Diary says, "Should I put one more egg?" For those that don't know, Rolling Diary and Joy Walking is the same person. Actually, Rolling Diary, um, that was her first YouTube channel where she was basically filming her bike rides. And then Joy Walking is filming like her walks in not just, this city, but when we go to other cities. So that's pretty cool. Shout out to the disembodied rolling walking or Joy Diary. You over here changing accounts. Make sure you hit the like button with all the accounts. Really do think really do thank everybody for your support. I'm actually kind of proud of myself because I really didn't think I was going to get up, get in the car, drive to the gym on a Sunday. Normally on Sunday when I train in the apartment gym, and it's usually more than good enough. But I really wanted to lift heavier weight today, and to be able to get heavier dumbbells and to like really crank them the way I want to. That felt really good. And so Yeah, the traffic is just as bad today, or I would say almost as bad today as it was yesterday. And I think it's because of the same issues from before. Um, the construction, um, on this avenue that I'm driving on. I mean, it is Sunday. Would they actually be doing that? I don't know. There is a cruise ship docked here, so it could be possible that because they do cause traffic with because there's a hotel and there's a cab station right across the street from the cruise terminal, the cruise pier, and I do see that there is a Norwegian cruise line ship docked, so they do cause a lot of traffic, both with all of the taxi cabs that park and double and triple park and really, really slow down the traffic and the pedestrians, people getting on and off the boats. Kratos! How's it going, everyone? Mets could make the playoffs, I heard. Is that true, DEG? Let's talk about that in a second. Um, so yeah, let me switch over that because that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be stressed out today. The New York Mets are currently still sitting in playoff position. They are in the third wild card spot. Currently, there are 2 games ahead of the Atlanta Braves. Sorry, JD from NY 206. Sorry, not sorry. Fuck the Braves. What the hell was that? I hope I drove over something and didn't actually burst a tire. I don't need that right now. Oh, I hope that was like a piece of plastic that I drove over. It doesn't feel weird or anything like that. But I'm gonna know because there's gonna be an air tire pressure warning if something happened. I hope it was just a piece of plastic that I drove over. Back to the New York Mets. Okay, so they've been playing some really spirited baseball lately. Even if they don't make the playoffs, I'll still be pretty happy because they weren't really supposed to do anything this year. Um, we got this rookie, Luis Angel Acuna, who is the younger brother of the Braves Acuna, who is on the long term injured list. He's out for the year, I think, with another knee injury or something. But Luis Angel, um, they were saying that he was no longer the prospect because he wasn't really hitting very well in the minor leagues. He wasn't making enough contact. They said that he didn't really hit for any power at all. I believe throughout the entire minor league season, he, I believe he only had like 7 home runs or something like that. The dude's got 3 in a week with the Mets, with the big league club. Dude is hitting near 400. I'm like, what? Very with Lindor having the back injury, and with back injuries, you never really know when or even if you're going to be able to, get past the injury at all. All right, Mrs. Evil, thank you. Hopefully, I'll see you a little bit later. Even though I'll be working pretty much when you stop working. Shout out to Mrs. Evil. She's really awesome in a lot of different ways. Um, I've been really impressed by the starting pitching of the New York Mets. I really did not like our pitching core. I thought that, there were a lot of has-beens and or guys that had potential, but they really didn't have the mental fortitude to really pitch aggressively, in or around the strike zone. Guys, nibbling around corners and refusing to try to execute the tough pitch. I've seen them, walk guys that are batting 100. I mean, really terrible hitters, and they're walking them because, they're afraid to, just make the tough pitch. Let your defense do what it's supposed to do. I didn't know this before, but the Mets actually have made the fifth most errors in all of Major League Baseball. Um, but their infield defense is really good. Um, um, yeah, the infield defense is really good, and the pitchers are really, starting to pitch more aggressively, and you're not seeing like 55, 60, 65 pitch counts in the third inning like we've been seeing for most of the year. The starters not even going five. Now we got starters going six, seven, eight. Really cool stuff. And have all of the goodness happening around the same time. The offense is starting to pick it up just a little bit at the same time that the pitching is doing its thing. But I really still don't expect much from the team as far as like going deep into the playoffs. I mean, I think at this point with us being in the third position, third wild card spot, I do believe that we'd probably be facing um, we would be facing the Milwaukee Brewers, I believe. So I'm not really scared of that team, but I'll know if we should be scared of that team because we do play them for a 3-game set starting on Tuesday, I believe, and then finishing the season um, against the Atlanta Braves, who are chasing us. So obviously, the best situation would be to try to clinch that playoff spot before the showdown with the Atlanta Braves. But with these New York Mets, it can never be that easy, and it won't be. So I'm really not expecting them to win this game tonight against Philadelphia. And I expect Atlanta to win, which would put a 1-game gap between the Mets and the Braves. And again, I just really don't know. I'm a Mets fan. I don't expect good things to happen, and I should not expect good things to happen. So there are a handful of games left in the season. We had a chance to try to steal the division from the Phillies, but a couple of really stupid losses that they've taken. I mean, the 3 games they lost to the Phillies in the last week and a half, at least two of them should have been surefire wins. So, the Mets had a chance to really steal the division title in a year where they were not really supposed to do anything, and they really failed to take advantage. So that's one of the reasons why, like I love it when they win. I love celebrating. We, joy walking and Mrs. Evil. The three of us just went to a game earlier. Well, I mean, now technically it's last week since today is Sunday. Um, we've you know we watch the games and we go to games and we support the team and all that stuff. But um, we would be fools to expect the best outcomes, knowing what we know about this organization and its history and the way the roster has been constructed and how bad they were the first 6 or 8 weeks of the season. So to be in position, Kratos, is actually pretty cool to still be in playoff contention and not already mathematically eliminated. So yeah, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I mean, we're always prepared for the worst because we're Mets fans. That's just what it is. But I'm a rational Mets fan. I'm not like, oh my God, they're gonna win the World Series. Like, come on, not really. But hanging with the Phillies this weekend in these playoff type atmospheres, um, it does give me some semblance of confidence in the team, but still not a whole bunch. You know, I got to just be real about it. It's all living and dying on every pitch, knowing that even if you get a 5-run lead, it's probably not going to be enough because Luis Severino is going to give up 2 home runs in somewhere between the fourth and the sixth inning. He's gonna give up a couple of bombs, and it's not gonna be as it's not gonna be as uh, comfortable a margin as you would like. So wow, asshole cab drivers. Holy crap! Why is this a red light and the walking signal didn't end yet? That's weird. Oh man. I know that it's not right to think the way that I think, but when bad things happen to cab drivers, I do get happy. I I I I know that that's not the right way to think, but when bad things happen to cab drivers, when I see them get pulled over by police, I'm like, yes, yes, fuck up their lives. And I'm only that way for one reason. They are the most selfish, dangerous pieces of shit on the road anywhere. New York City cab drivers. So when they cry and whine that the government is against them and people don't like them, it's just I'm just drinking a cup of tears because you guys are real pieces of shit. That's my rant on that. But anyway, still don't understand why the traffic was that bad. Really, but whatever. I want to thank you guys again for joining me on yet another edition of Genius Take the Wheel. This was the 155th iteration. Thank you so much for supporting me in what I do on this channel. And as always, if you believe yourself to be a strong person, you are absolutely correct. You are doing the work. You are doing the work. Continue to keep doing that work. Continue to get stronger. Continue to keep reaching your goals. I will be cheering for you. All right, y'all. See you on the next one. Peace.